Hey guys, it's Gob here. Welcome to another YouTube video. And in this one, I'm going to be talking about the hardest part of growing online as a guitarist that no one ever seems to talk about. And it sucks because this is by far the biggest and most catastrophic thing I've probably ever heard when talking to guitarists who are starting posting online. And this is coming from someone who's gained well over 1 million followers, 60,000 followers on my main channel on YouTube, 900 and something thousand on TikTok, almost 20,000 on Instagram, etc., etc. Multiple brand deals, sponsorships, being thrown out places, all of that stuff. And having talked to, I don't know, hundreds of guitarists who are getting into posting online, this is by far the biggest thing that they struggle with. And it's actually really sad. It is really sad because 95% of guitarists never get over this. They never fix this problem. And what am I talking about? What am I talking about? The thing that I'm talking about that you're probably going through if you're a guitarist watching this, unless you're the top 1%, the thing that I'm talking about is that first initial stage of posting. What I mean that first 0 to, let's say, 10,000 followers mark. That first 0 to 10,000 followers, it's like, dude, it's like pushing a boulder up a mountain. It is tough. It is not for the weak. Not for the weak, right? I thought I had it hard, right? And this is why it's so bad. I thought I had it hard. And if you don't know my story, basically, I went from 0 to 10,000 followers on TikTok. I'll probably have some photos come up on the screen in 4 months. But really, what I went from like basically 200 followers to like 34,000. I randomly blew up. It was like this after 4 months. And this was 4 months of, we'll call it depression, just straight up depression. 4 months of, I'm not even joking when I say this, 12 to 16 hours a day of recording and rehearsing and video ideas and everything, just testing every single variable. I'll start in the morning and I'll finish at like, I'll start in the morning and I'll finish in the morning at like 1 a.m. or 2 a.m. testing every single video variable until I finally found something that just slaps. And that was tough. But why I'm talking about this is because most guitarists never get out of that stage. They stay in that stage forever and never even scratch the surface of their full potential. So this is why I'm making this video, to help you guys get out of that beginner stage in the quickest time possible. And I've got 3 actionable steps for you guys. I've broken the whole process down, and these are the 3 main steps that you need to get down to basically get out of this beginner stage the quickest time possible, so that you can actually grow online as a guitarist and get the sponsors, brand deals, and opportunities and recognition that you deserve. So first things first. Wow. Sorry, throat's hurting. I've been talking a lot today. First things first is you need to come up with some banger ideas, and you need a way to come up with them consistently. Now, what I mean by this, whenever you make a video, you need to have an idea behind it, right? You know, you don't just, I mean, some people do this. Some people just, this isn't even a guitar, this is a bass. Just pick up the thing and be like, yeah, that's good. Let me post that on Instagram. If that's you and it's working for you, awesome. Keep on doing it. However, most of you guys, 99% of you guys watching this, will need to come up with like a video idea beforehand. We need to be like, let me choose this song to cover, let me do this solo to do, let me do this improv, whatever it is. You need the idea. You need the idea. And there's an infinite amount of ideas out there. However, there's only a certain few that people will engage with. Now, this then gets onto the conversation of like, oh, but what if I just want to post myself and like, and I don't care what others think? Well, dude, that's cool. That's completely cool. There's nothing wrong with that. There's no right or wrong way to go about posting online. But if you just want to post for yourself, you might as well just put your account on private. If that's what you want to do, completely no problem. However, if you're trying to get your name out there, get sponsors, get the recognition, and grow to the extent that you deserve, you need to some degree post for other people. So you need to find some way to come up with ideas, video ideas that are going to resonate with whatever kind of like audience or people you're trying to target. If you're a jazz guy, then you need to come up with some ideas that you know are going to absolutely slap with the jazz dudes, with all the jazz audience. If you're a shred dude, you need to think about, okay, what is like really popping in the shred community right now that I need to I should probably do, because like that's what people are really going to like. I'm really going to serve my audience that way. Or just like what's a really good like shred thing I can do to really like get the interactions, get the engagement of like the shred community right now. Or if you don't necessarily have an audience and you just want to just go broad and just grow in general, you don't necessarily have a genre that you stick to, no problem at all. You just have to think about, all right, what is the main consensus of the world? That's really broad, but what is the main consensus of like, people liking right now? Sorry, that was the worst grammar ever. Let me rephrase that. What is the main consensus of what is trending right now, and what are people liking right now? What are the trending songs right now that if I do a cover on guitar, that's going to get a lot of engagement? You see how I'm centralizing my ideas to these certain audiences, because when you do this, they engage with it more. Because this is another big thing that chances are you're struggling with, or doing, in fact, is that you're only doing ideas for yourself. An idea for yourself, it's like you're only focusing your energy like on a really narrow beam of light. But if you do ideas for other people, you widen up that focus and you get the engagement of just way more, the potentiality to get engagement of way more. So guys, this is step one. You need to find a way to come up with some banger ideas. Now, let me suggest one really great way for you guys. I got one. This is a really great way. And I call it the TikTok method, but you can do it on any platform. And by the way, you don't have to post on TikTok. This actually has nothing really to do with TikTok. It's just that this tool I found on there. So basically, you go on TikTok and you search up a keyword. Let's say you're a jazz guy. You'll just use jazz as the example. Search up jazz on TikTok, and then on TikTok you can filter for most liked, and then within the last month. You can't do this on other platforms, and this is incredibly useful. So you filter for most liked within the last month, and it shows you all of the videos that have the hashtag jazz, hashtag metal, hashtag shred, whatever keyword you search in, and it'll show you the most interactive videos within the last month. All of these are video ideas that people really, really like, that people like so much that they'll bother to engage and interact with it. So that's a really easy way to find banger ideas. And guys, definitely utilize this if you're struggling for ideas, basically. You don't have to do this all the time, because eventually, like, you get to a stage where you just know the people so well, you know your audience so well, you know what they like, what they don't like, that the ideas just come to your head. And here's an analogy that I use with my clients. It's that, imagine if you were trying to come up with video ideas, and the person you're making the video for was one person, and it was someone you really know well. Like, you're making a video for your mum, for your brother, for your cousin, for your best friend. Chances are you know exactly how to make an absolute banger video for them. You know exactly what kind of songs they like, exactly what kind of guitar style they like, the exact camera angle they like, etc., etc. And when they see it, they'll engage the hell out of it, right? Because they'll be like, oh, this is exactly what I've been looking for. Yes. So now what you just got to do, you got to do that same thing but convert that or transfer that to whatever audience you're targeting, whether it's the jazz audience, whether it's the shred audience, or whether it's the broad audience. You need to make the video to give them the same reaction as you would make it for your brother. You guys get what I'm trying to say. This is like the key to like infinite content ideas, and that I've found to be the case. Having posted guitar online for almost like 3 years now, analyzing well over thousands of videos. Like, if you just think about like making videos for your brother, or I don't have any siblings, but someone you know really well, chances are you have an infinite amount of ideas for them. Like, you'll never have to struggle with that again. An infinite amount of ideas. So now you just have to apply that to whatever people you're trying to target. So that's how to come up with some banger ideas. Now, secondly, after you come up with your banger song ideas, you need to dial in your setup. Now, your setup, I'm going to put it really briefly here, it's not actually as important as you may think. A lot of guys, when they first get started, they think, damn, I really need to invest in my setup. I need to get some, I need to get some ring lights, I need to get some gear, I need to get like a new microphone, I need to get some lights, I need to get some more lights, I need to get some blackout curtains, all of this random stuff. But in fact, you don't need anything. Not necessarily, and let me explain. You need a setup that's appropriate for you and matches your vibe. And that's basically, I'm going to get more in depth, but essentially, to give some examples, I'll give you an example. If you go to my main YouTube channel, not this one, but my main one with like 65 or so thousand subscribers, look at my first ever video on there. And it's a song cover I did, and it's got 4 million views. My first ever YouTube video that I posted online is at 4 million views, and it's still growing, probably like 4.2 million views or so now. I did that by literally putting my iPhone 12 on my desk sideways, lowering the exposure a little bit, turning on literally the lights in my room. I didn't have any ring lights or anything by this point. And that was it. That was literally my setup. I didn't even have recording gear back there. I mean, I still don't. I record straight from my amp to my phone. But why this worked so well is because the setup matched the vibe of the song. It was just like, it matches the vibe. Now, let's say I was doing a different song where like, I guess the vibe is different. Maybe then, to match it, I'll need to bring in a bit more gear, bring in a bit more lights, etc., etc. But why like your recording gear doesn't matter when it comes to setup is because, like, dude, as long as your setup matches the vibe of the song, that's all you need. And you'll notice this when you look at other guitarists online, and this is crazy, but like once you hear this and you see this in your feed, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. All of the great guitarists online, how their setup looks is exactly how the songs they do feel. And I'll say that one more time. How their setup looks is, it like looks exactly how like the song feels. It's literally like album covers. And this is a banger example. Album covers are like a physical manifestation of how the music like sounds and feels. You know how you look at your favorite album cover, and when you look at it, like think about your favorite album cover, when you look at it, it's like, it looks exactly how that album sounds. You know what I mean? Same thing with your setup. And this is how you guys should go about trying to put together your setup. Camera angle doesn't matter. Your lights don't matter. Your gear doesn't matter. How it matches your vibe, that's what matters. Because the key here, we're not going for like a sick 10K, 4K, whatever setup. Because we've all seen guitarists with like terrible bedroom setups in a dungeon, but it matches their vibe because they're playing like a Nirvana song, they're playing like a grunge song, and they'll still pull in like 1 million views. It's because it's appropriate. We're not going for like the most quality, high resolution setups. We're going for the most appropriate setups. This is the setup you need. So guys, just try to put together a setup that matches your vibe and basically just looks like how your song sounds. And if you want me to walk you through that step by step, click that first link in the description. Now, after that, dude, what was step 3? Oh yeah, step 3. So you've now got your video ideas, you've now got your setup, you kind of know how to record them now. All you have to do now is just rinse and repeat. Do not quit. Oh my gosh, do not quit. I know one way to guarantee you never failing, and that's by not quitting. Dude, just don't quit. Let me explain to you guys this, right? So I wanted to quit, I'll be honest. When I was 18, I had been, no, I started when I was 17 and then I turned 18, like, when did this happen? Okay, 2 days before I turned 18, I posted my first ever guitar video online. I started from 0. And then for the next 4 months, I grafted, like, literally night and day. And then, obviously, 2 months in, I was like, oh, dude, this is peak. This is so peak. And then eventually, after dialing my setup, after testing different ways to get video ideas, after testing, on January the 3rd, I had a banger, my first ever banger. And it was so much so a banger, like the next day after posting it, I think it had like 400,000 views. And eventually it got to like 5 million views within the space of like a few months. No, 2 months? Not that long, I don't remember. But it got to like 1 million likes, 5 million views, which is a sick ratio, by the way. Shows how like the engagement was like how much engagement was there, how much people really loved it, which is the key to growing online, but that's a whole different conversation. But basically, what I'm trying to get at is that, dude, I could have quit, but like I literally could have quit, and I wanted to quit. Had I not had that banger video, would that not have led to the sequence of events that got me flown out to New York, that got me sponsored, that got me almost 70,000 subscribers on YouTube, which I will hit in the next few months? Get the platform I have today. Like it's, what more do I need to say? Like, what more do I need to say? And this isn't just like motivation. Like, oh gosh, like I can't stress this enough. You know that that photo of like the guy, he's mining like diamonds and he quits like right before he gets the diamonds. It is literally like that. But like, not only is it like that, but like, you're a guitarist and you've been playing for a while now. You're going to be posting online anyway. Or at least maybe not posting online, but you're going to be playing guitar anyway. You're going to be playing guitar anyway because it's your passion. You love the guitar. So you're going to be posting online anyway, or playing guitar anyway. So why the hell would you not post online when you could have... Dude, who doesn't want sponsors? Who doesn't want getting like given basically free gear that you would use anyway? Who doesn't want like the platform and the recognition? Obviously you do. But guys, I'm just trying to get at it to you that when I first started, I didn't see an alternative to giving up. Obviously, there were times when it was tough and I was like, oh my gosh, this is peak. But I kept on going. And that's the message I want to give to you guys. Just don't give up. I think, yeah, that's it. But guys, listen. If you're a guitarist and you've been playing for like at least 5 years by now, and you've been posting online for a while, but you're struggling, you're not getting the engagement you want, not getting the views you want, but you know you could do way better, click that first link in the description to book a completely free call with me. We're going to have a chat and see if I can help you reach your goals, whatever it may be. That's it for this video. Let me know down in the comment section what kind of stuff you're struggling with so I can make new videos, fix your guys' problems. And that's it for this one. Peace out, guys.